Hello guys.
Hi.
My name is Aulamhmd.
My name is Christian Wijaya.
My name is Kusmin Fili.
My name is Marcus Devi.
My name is Muhammad Akanul Aula.
We
are
from
11
Science
Science
2. We will explain the dangers of cigarettes. Enjoy watching.
So first of all, I want to tell you I don't smoke. And number two, I don't recommend smoking. In this video, I want to talk about a very specific thing that relates to stopping smoking too suddenly. Now, I highly recommend you do stop smoking, but you have to do it correctly, because what I've observed with many people that are chronic smokers and they stop very suddenly, they start gaining weight in the stomach. That's high levels of adrenal hormones. They start having problems with the heart, blood pressure, health problems. Now, a lot of people don't have that problem, but I've observed a lot of people who do have that problem, and it has to do with nicotine. So let's talk about nicotine. Nicotine is a drug that triggers certain body chemicals. They're called neurotransmitters. Now, what is a neurotransmitter? Neurotransmitter is a hormone-like chemical that travels through the nervous system. Hormones are chemicals that travel through the blood. So nicotine triggers some neurotransmitters which have to do with the stimulation of the adrenal glands and other body parts. Okay? So we're going to talk about the adrenal. Over time, chronic smokers with a lot of nicotine start to trigger the adrenals, and to the point where you can feel relaxed when you're smoking, because nicotine opens up or vasodilates the arteries around the heart. They're called the coronary arteries, the main arteries around the heart. So you can actually feel like you can relax when you smoke. It's kind of weird, isn't it? And it also relaxes the bronchial tubes. So when you breathe this smoke, you can feel like you can breathe better with nicotine. It's not the smoke, it's the nicotine that opens up the bronchial tubes. And this is all initially when you start smoking, but over time it becomes a lesser effect. So you need more and more nicotine to create that effect. So people generally smoke to reduce stress, and they can actually feel calm. But what's happening is just a drug that's manipulating these certain chemicals, giving you the illusion that you feel your stress going down when really it's going up. All it's doing, it's opening the blood flow to the heart, and it's opening up the lungs, but creating a lot of other issues for the rest of the body. Now, what happens with nicotine over time is the receptor that receives that chemical in the adrenals and in the brain and other parts of the body starts to become downgraded or desensitized or resistant. Very similar to if you eat a lot of sugar, the receptors for sugar or insulin will get downgraded, and they call that insulin resistance. That's type 2 diabetes, because it comes from too much sugar. Well, the same thing with too much nicotine. The body is basically trying to adapt and reject the nicotine. So it's going to force the body not to absorb it to some degree. So those receptors for nicotine become desensitized. They won't let it in. So here the body is, your adrenal glands, which is the stress gland, are so dependent on that nicotine over time that if you stop...
Thank you for watching. See you.